From KCTV5, local, live, this is Kansas City on the Record.
Welcome in this Sunday morning to Kansas City on the Record. I'm Lauren Magarino. We are excited to take you on a deep dive into the biggest stories affecting our community each and every week. Our goal is simple: to walk you through what's happening in the Kansas City area so you have a better understanding of what's going on in our community. And in Kansas City, there is nothing bigger than the Chiefs. Today marks the first time in 4 years they are not playing in the Super Bowl, but their decision to pack their bags and head to Kansas is capturing headlines across the country. It will have ripple effects both economically and culturally across our community. The roughly $4 billion deal includes a new stadium, headquarters, and practice facility. 40% will come out of owner Clark Hunt's pocket, while Kansas taxpayers will foot the other 60% of the bill using star bonds. Lawmakers promise this will come with no new taxes. Instead, they promise existing sales tax revenue will be used to pay it off. And those funds are expected to come from this district you're looking at, a chunk of which is Wyandotte County. It is a lot of money, a lot of promises. And while some of this has been approved, there's still a lot to figure out. And that's why we got KCK Mayor and Wyandotte County CEO Christal Watson on the record about where she stands on the deal and her pledge to taxpayers. So you are about to oversee the development of an iconic build here. What do you want Wyandotte County residents, KCK residents to really gain from this deal?
I want them to gain reassurance that the commission board, myself, the mayor's office, and the unified government staff want to do what's in the best interest of Wyandotte County. I want there to be significant community benefit that our residents can be proud of.
You have told KCTV5 previously that you wanted a strong community benefits package to work with the Chiefs. What specifically are you looking for to be included in that package?
Specifically, anything that does support community need. At this point, we don't really know what the development agreement will allow in the community benefits agreement, but I definitely want it to include funding or resources, shall I say, that allow for labor, particularly when it comes to construction and jobs. I want people to have the professional end jobs, not so much as the part-time concession or what have you. There'll be a lot of jobs that'll come from this project, mostly construction, but I want jobs that allow people to earn a living. And I want a certain percentage of those jobs to come from Wyandotte County, particularly.
Could you share the percentage that you want, measurably?
I don't really think I can share what that percentage is because it'll be up to, you know, the developer as well. I think it'll be definitely something we would be able to negotiate. And then I just want there to be the benefit of infrastructure as well. You know, we want to make sure that our roads and highways near the stadium are well taken care of. That's another benefit, you know, because we don't want that burden to be put on our residents.
I was going to ask about that, you know, because when you see these big projects, it tends to come with public costs, and it's roads, it's public safety. And that big question of, you know, how do you guarantee these things without it putting too much of a burden on government services? What has that conversation looked or sounded like thus far to put some protections in place potentially?
The state and unified government, particularly the mayor's office and our commissioners, are working very hard to build a positive, growing relationship that we can come to terms and that we'll be working together. Because I want to be able to say, just like Governor Kelly said to all Kansans, that there won't be any tax increase. I want to be able to say that to Wyandotte Countyans.
For somebody who hears that and goes, well, what about our services? You know, that money is now being allocated for this when it could have been diverted to X, Y, Z.
Sure.
What is your response to that person who may be concerned about, you know, this going towards?
My response is you can't miss nothing you don't have. We don't have that revenue yet. It won't come for another 6 years, right? It doesn't come until 2031. I feel like the stadium is going to do what the stadium needs to do. right? Our job is to make sure that the Legends is taken care of, that they're getting the attention they need, that we're doing things on the downtown area that as a family is going to the Chiefs game, they want to stop by downtown because there's a new retail or other, commercial retail opportunities for them to take advantage of. I want this to be an experience for them, not just at the stadium, but within Wyandotte County itself. And we got 6 years to pull that together. So I'm excited about that.
Where do you start within those 6 years? Because I was curious, there's a huge injection in investment, for Western Wyandotte County and thinking about Eastern Wyandotte County and making sure that it's reaping the benefits as well. So when you talk about beautification, or it sounds like, developing business and generating business, what's year one of this process? Because time flies.
It does.
So when you talk
We're
about
already
that,
on it.
Tell us.
We are on it. So already working, very proud to thank the Department of Commerce with the state. We've already received support from Governor Kelly to get Central Avenue Bridge. Congressman Schmidt provided funding for Union Pacific Bridge, as well as Congressman Sharice Davids, another bridge. So we got 3 bridges in 1 week. We're also working with the Department of Commerce and looking at other opportunities to expand and help businesses. And then I'm working with Mid-America Regional Council, Kansas City Area Transportation, KCATA, the Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce. There are some serious conversations about how we can work together to help Wyandotte County grow, because we have so much potential.
When there is a massive project like this and, with a franchise that is known across the world that is coming to your backyard, what does that do to the culture of the community? How do you see that evolving?
I really do see it evolving positively. I know there are some naysayers that think that this will be bad because of the way the deal was put together, but I just see this as a great opportunity. The Chiefs are a phenomenal franchise, and let's face it, they're the #1 NFL team in the world. So there's a lot to be excited about when it comes to that. What I think people don't realize is that what the Chiefs will do, if you just, not look at the deal itself, and, people have their opinions about how good or bad it is. When you think about the economic opportunity that can come from it, that will surround it, is phenomenal. And I think that's what we need to leverage. So I'm excited about the Chiefs being able to bring that to Wyandotte County. I'm excited that the Commission Board has the opportunity to make that happen, should they do it. And I think that we need to look at this as an opportunity for us to continue to build on the relationship that we have with the state and just make it work. And so that's how I look at it. I don't look at this as a negative, despite what people may see. If you think it's lemons, then my job is to make it lemonade.
And on that, thank you very much for sitting down with us for Kansas City on the Record. We appreciate it, Mayor.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Now you can watch the full interview with Mayor Watson on kctv5.com/on the record. Be sure to check it out on the KCTV5 Plus app too. You can stream your news for free on your Roku, Apple, Fire, or Google TV. Up next, a local mom who survived a deadly infection against all odds while pregnant has a new fight to find a kidney in a race against time.
It's hard to find hope. It's hard to think towards the future and what that might look like.
Her unbelievable story and how a paired match kidney chain could give her renewed hope for the future. It's next. Plus, a story showcasing the people of our community helping those they've never met. We'll introduce you to the Cemetery Man.
You're watching Kansas City on the Record from KCTV5. Welcome back to Kansas City on the Record from KCTV5.
We are back with Kansas City on the Record. And we want to take a moment to ask you to put yourself in someone else's shoes right now. Imagine not being able to comfort your crying child or pick them up when they fall. That is the reality for one local mom, and time is running out. Marlia Campbell reports.
Photos with Santa, trips to the lake, and date nights out.
2, 4, 6-year-old, and they're at such a fun age.
This fridge captures the life of a young, growing family. Hugs at the Bauer house look different now. Bree spends 16 hours each week here. Her dialysis machine, the only noise breaking through her dreams of a distant future.
They don't deserve this. What happened to me, I know, is there was nothing I could have done that would have stopped it. It's hard to find hope. It's hard to think towards the future and what that might look like, knowing that as a nurse, I know what the worst outcome is for me. And I can't control that.
Stiff shoulders sent Bree to urgent care at 27 weeks pregnant in 2024. She thought it could be the flu. An ultrasound showed she was having contractions and her baby was in distress.
I was going into septic shock, which is really like the last stage of sepsis.
Doctors quickly performed an emergency C-section. Bree began hemorrhaging and her blood pressure dropped dangerously low. She was given a 10% chance of survival. The cause? Strep A, which soon developed into streptococcal toxic shock syndrome. She spent 10 days in a coma. Over the next several months, she'd endure surgery after surgery as each of her limbs faded black.
Each time they cut, they saw a little bit more and then cut a little bit more, and more of me was taken every time I woke up.
What was left? Bree's resolve to keep going for her kids.
I don't believe there's like a secret sauce to how I go about my day, because I am depressed. I have learned what anxiety is. There are things that hurt my heart, and that comes down to not being able to be a mother like I was.
After a stay in the NICU, baby Beau is healthy and thriving. But Bree is running out of time.
I seem to have this ongoing outcome of the worst possible scenario happening. And I'm just afraid that this will also be that.
The latest blow? In dire need of a new kidney. None of her 3 siblings are a match.
That's what I was really hoping for.
Bree doesn't know how long she has on dialysis or how the trickle-down effects could impact her health over time. What she does know is every minute here is a minute away from her kids and learning to live her new life.
I'm not gonna let this set me back. I'm gonna push as hard as I can to get this treated and help restore my life, and so I can picture a future.
Life doesn't come with guarantees. Bree's life changed in a day. But now, she wants her new future, one with her boys.
I am missing so much with them. I'm already trying to find a new identity as a mother, because obviously things are completely different. The youngest one, I haven't really ever been able to hold him. If he falls down and gets hurt, I can't pick him back up. And there are times where he'll be crying and I'm in bed, and Reed, my husband, is busy with the other 2 kids and the baby's crying, and I have to sit there and listen to it. not being able to do anything. But if we were able to actually have a good ending for me, where I get a kidney transplant and we take out the time spent on dialysis and appointments, our quality of life would improve tremendously.
Bree has type O negative blood, meaning she is a universal donor, but it can be difficult to find a recipient match. The average wait time at the University of Kansas Health System is between 4 and 5 years, and it can be as long as 10 nationally. Bree is now hoping for what's called a paired match, and that starts with this phone number right here. You can use this to find out if you are a match for Bree. And even if you're not, your donation could help someone else. It's a kidney chain that saves multiple lives. We have this phone number as well as so much more information about kidney donation right now on KCTV5.com. Marlia Campbell, KCTV5 News.
Marlia, thank you very much. And Bree, you are a fighter, and hopefully one of you watching can help her out. Up next, we share a story which highlights what makes our community so great and showcases the heart of Kansas City. While most people avoid cemeteries, there's one man who embraces them. His mission and what inspired him to become the Cemetery Man is next.
You're watching Kansas City on the Record from KCTV5.
We are back with the story which represents the heart of Kansas City and what makes us great. So today we bring you one local man who spends his free time doing the dirty work for strangers he's never met. KCTV5's Grace Smith shows us why.
Most people avoid cemeteries. Kirk Jordan seeks them out. Twice a week, you'll find him in places like Elmwood Cemetery with his red truck, his brushes, and a mission.
Somebody called me Cemetery Man, and then I don't know, somebody else kind of bolted on KC Cemetery Man, so that it just kind of stuck.
For 7 years, the KC Cemetery Man has restored forgotten tombstones, one at a time, completely free.
I've never taken $1 for it, and that's the beauty of it.
Names lost to time.
Sell.
Now readable again. Stories forgotten. Now remembered.
So this has been here over 100 years at this point.
Being alone in a cemetery isn't what most people would want to do in their free time. But for Jordan, he says he finds it peaceful.
I take my sack lunch with me out there and spend the day.
It all began with family.
Tell me a little bit about how all of this started.
Quite by accident.
His late father discovered their ancestors' tombstones, toppled and forgotten.
So my dad said, would you help me reassemble these headstones?
That family project became something bigger. Now Jordan has cleaned over 1,000 graves, each one someone's mother, father, child, each one worth remembering.
I do it because it's the right thing to do.
His hope that you will find your own way to make a difference.
I think you look around, there's opportunities to do good.
In Kansas City, Grace Smith, KCTV5 News.
And that family project is certainly now a family legacy. That's incredible. Send us stories that you can keep in mind of people doing good across Kansas City. You can email your ideas to heart@kctv5.com so we can tell the tales about the heart of our community and what makes it so great. Up next, we look ahead to some of the top stories coming up this week that you need to know about. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Kansas City on the Record from KCTV5.
We are back with a preview of the top stories we're keeping an eye on for you this week. We start in Jackson County. Tomorrow, the legislature will hold 2 public hearings about ordinances regarding ICE. One would ban ICE agents from wearing masks when conducting operations within the county. It would also require them to show their badges. The ordinance was introduced by Legislative Chair Manny Abarca last week and would follow similar laws passed in Chicago and California. The second ordinance would effectively ban ICE from opening a detention center in South Kansas City. Leaders tell us federal officials toured the facility a few weeks ago. The city of Kansas City passed a moratorium shortly after. The public hearings will begin tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Tuesday, 2 teenagers are scheduled to be in court in connection to a deadly shooting at a popular bar in Lawrence, Kansas. Their names are Caden Clem and Datron Daniel Strickland. The pair face multiple felonies, including murder charges. Strickland is accused of shooting and killing Aiden Knowles and leaving Brady Clark in a fight for his life. Court documents say Clem and Strickland snuck into Jayhawk Cafe, also known as the Hawk, in mid-January, started a fight, then began shooting a short time after. Their hearing is slated for Tuesday morning. Mayor Quinton Lucas will address the state of the city this week. Wednesday, he'll give his 7th address since he was first elected. In the past, he's touched on city council goals, road improvements, and crime initiatives. And as we look ahead, next week we'll be joined by Republican Missouri House Speaker John Patterson. We'll talk to him about the state of democracy in Missouri, as well as the governor's plan to roll back state income taxes. Thank you for watching this week's Kansas City on the Record. We will see you back here same time next week. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Thanks for watching Local Live KCTV5. Stay connected with KCTV5 Plus. To live stream, watch previous newscasts, and get first warn weather. Just search KCTV on Roku TV, Apple TV, and Fire TV.